sure that you have your trading view. Is to make sure that you have your trading view. And if your trading view is in line, ladies and gentlemen, then the rest of the things can be very, very possible. So it's good. Our video is already up. Now we just needed to get into the last part all right. Okay, so since we are streaming live, all right, now just going to be sharing my screen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just waiting to share my screen, then we are going to be good to go. So now, thank you so much, sir. Everything is okay. Now let's get on. All right. Now, the reason why we teach you trading view, and we want you to pick coins that are not pumping. Basically and purely want you to pick coins that are already down so that once the market gets up, you take profit. So I'll basically look at a few that I believe could be in that situation so that I could show you what happens and what you are supposed to do. All right, so I'll be just finishing up what I said yesterday. Then we are going to have Coach Musa to take over the other part of his day. Now, here is YFI in the 4 hours time frame. Someone asked me a question today that you said when I'm trading, if I want to trade in the 1 hour, I must first look at the trend of the lines, all right? When I talk about the trend of the market, all right. Just a minute, I'm trying to clear my screen. I'll not go into this today. Not sure. All right. Now these are what we call the auto FBI retracement lines. These lines start from 0 to 100. And we said yesterday, and I've also repeated it on the group, that if you find the trade on 0, take up the trade without asking for a signal and be sure that you'll make some profit. For example, if you picked this trade here yesterday, when it was in this line here, basically, as I speak today, you have taken a minimum of 2.5% in the 1 hour time frame. If we change the time frame to the 4 hour time frame, and this is the trade. This trade is still beautiful in the 4 hours time frame because this trade has not yet touched the 0 line, but it is still in the negative 23 line. So basically, if this market is still going down, this is when now you come up and set your preset price at here. You set your preset at a negative 23 and wait for the market to touch the line if the market is going down. If it breaks this line, then your next preset margin call will be at line negative 38. And if it touches negative 61 line, then you'll be sure that this market will definitely move up. Someone said, but what if I don't have that time? Even if you pick this trade from here, if it goes into floating loss, it will flop down here, but definitely once it touches this line, it will definitely go up. So there are two types of traders, those that chase the market and those that wait for the market. When you use the principle, especially in this time when we are still in the bearish season, when you use this principle of waiting for the market, you will always never stay in floating loss more than 5 days. So let us wait for this candle that is here, because this candle is not yet clear very well in the 4 hours time frame. But if you find a trade that is seated on this line, you find this line and you don't have time to set up margin calls, which you can do, then basically and purely, you just set up this trade at this line. If it goes, it only flop down here, then boom, it will get back to 0. So if you find a trade like this one, it will deliver amazing results in the next few hours or days to come. So most of you chase trades that are doing well, but if you look at trades that are not doing well, let me give you another example to create a clear picture. Let us look at BTCST. All right. This one in the 4 hours time frame, let me pick up the 1 hour time frame so that I can get a clear picture. Beautiful. So when you are trading using these lines, I don't want to teach this today. No. That's not what I want to teach. I want to teach the line, the 0 line, the 100 line principle. Beautiful. Now, look at ape. Look at ape, ladies and gentlemen. Ape is in a right situation right now that you can put your preset price at this price here. That's 6.7827. So that once this market comes down and touches this line, two things might happen. But what's the most common one? It touches the line and it gets back. It touches the 0 line here. It touches the 0 line here and it gets up. It touches the 0 line and it gets up. And if the market has momentum, it can still go up to the 38 line up here. Sorry, the 23 line up here. Sorry, the 38 line up here, minimum. If we look at the past, how this coin has performed, you see, ladies and gentlemen, on the, if I put in my finger here, okay, just okay, on the 10th of August, it did the same. It touched the 0 line, which is close to here in the 1 hour time frame, and it did the same and moved up and delivered close to 8%. So now here is this coin again giving you a chance. Once you find it, you set your preset at the 0 line here, it will deliver. The minimum you can set as your take profit is from here to the 23 line here. The minimum will be 1.8, but it can still deliver up to here. It can still deliver 2.5 or 2.9%. 2.5 for guarantee. You have guarantee 2.5. Or if you have fear, your take profit can be 1.8. If this coin goes against you and maybe this coin has it is overselling, then you can have a maximum of only 3 margin calls, 1, 2, and 3. And once it touches this line, there's no option this coin will have definite to go up. So if you find a trade that is touching the 0 line, like in this scenario, you put in your preset price, 0 or 100 here, enter this trade, it will definitely deliver. If it goes against you, that's why I say your floating loss will not be more than 5 days once it has not given you your 5%. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to invite our speaker for today. This gentleman is a phenomenal leader. He's a coach to one of the biggest team in our team called Team Galax. And is one of the mentors that we have along the line, who's going to be taking us through our question and answer session today. Good morning, Coach Musa.
All right, good morning, Leader Julius. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, irrespective of where you are. It's a Friday morning here in the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, and it's weekend getting started. I would like to begin by saying to all the Muslim brothers and sisters, I want to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and Juma Mubarak. May Allah, God Almighty, accept our prayers today and good deeds and forgive us where we transgressed in the course of the week. Welcome everyone on the call. I am Coach Musa, and I'll be the one taking you through today's session. Just sit back, relax, and let's cruise. Let me begin by recognizing our great leader, Leader Julius, for that amazing insight. I think that started up the morning's energy. It was very massive, and I think that is the most important area also, especially for the solo traders that you touched, and I believe a number of people in the call who had questions related to that. have their answers, have their questions already answered. Well, now as Team Eagles International and Galaxy Crypto Academy, which is my team, we aim so much at giving our best to the team members with the mind of making every member of the team understanding the opportunity we have at our disposal, and to make them as a team win together with their downlines and their downlines, and the chain continues all the way down. So it's a principle we always encourage every team member and leader, be it you're a trader or you are an affiliate marketer, to duplicate so that you get the best out of the opportunity presented to us in the name of Royal Q. Now, as a team, what I must make clear is that we don't enforce ideas onto the team members, and neither do we we are subjective on our ideas. We simply share our ideas, suggest what we think would be good for the team members so that they're able to win in regarding to the trading aspect. And then also in the marketing, because we have different strategies that people can employ, that different groups and team may employ to win with this amazing opportunity. But for us as a team, we look so much into the learning, the learning aspect, teaching someone to be able, basically what we do is we teach you how to fish. Yes, we don't give fish so much. Although at times for the start, we may spoon feed, but in the course of the time, in the course of, of your trading, or you being in the business, we tend so much to encourage you to be open up to learning, so that you're able to own the business and exactly take it as your very own. Because remember, that would be what would be bringing food on your table, for if that is the only opportunity you are using, as a way of survival. So it is up to us always to design and discuss and share with the team members ideas and suggestions which we think would best work for the team members so that we win together. Now, then we leave it up to you to now choose which one will suit you best. Yeah, that's why we always have an action-packed week of daily Zooms with different topics and approaches to share ideas and knowledge, and also to remind us how best we can win together as a team. Because remember, this is an opportunity for everyone who has the heart of winning, who has the love to make it big in life, to prepare some future for their children and children's children. This is an opportunity that if you get into it, you would like to utilize it to the best of your ability and maximize as fast as possible. So because of that, we normally have a very action-packed week, we'd call it session, where we invite people always to come and attend the Zoom call to learn. And I believe a number of us already are acquainted with our programs that runs from Monday to Saturday. But just to the new members, perhaps, let me just go through it. We always have a daily Zoom meeting. Monday, we strictly talk about trading. And it's our amazing leader, Leader Julius Kabanda, who takes us through that session. And on Tuesday, we talk more into the networking aspect. We try to share our ideas about how best we can, get prospects and how best we can involve our prospect into the opportunity and make them win big as we win big equally. And we also take the very same opportunity to throw more light, to make us understand the opportunity of the Royal Q robot better. Right. So we always have that presentation right from, discussing about or presenting the Royal Q opportunity, how it works, and then the different ways through which we can maximize, potentially from this Royal Q opportunity. Besides just being a trader, there are other avenues through which if you venture, you can absolutely be smiling each and every day So we use Tuesdays to, to take you through that. And it's our amazing leader, Movie Roots, Spirito, who is always on the chair on Tuesdays, taking you through that. And then Wednesdays, we also, we look at how one can be a passive trader. Now, having presented the opportunity to you, understanding the fact that the robot is strictly there to help automate your trading experience, we give you an opportunity to choose the kind of trader you would want to be, right? And basically what we present and share with the team as an idea is that you can decide to be a solo trader, right? Or a passive trader. Now, as a solo trader, you'll be that person who will strictly, maybe because of circumstances, you're still new in the business, you never had any experience, any trading experience, maybe you even new into the crypto space. So we guide you and give you an opportunity of utilizing either the default settings that come with the robot, right? That is the martingale strategy, to help you trade if you have enough capital. But then if you don't have enough capital, we also advise otherwise. We recommend or we guide you on how you can design your own strategy settings for the cycle that will allow you trade in accordance to the amount of capital you have, right? So we do that. Then if you want to become a solo trader, now you are, remember with a passive trader, you are this person who may not have the time, right? Or you may be new and still learning the process, but you want to learn while earning. You want to learn while benefiting from the robot, making for you profits. So you start off at that level, right? You trade on cycle and learn the system. The more you attend Zoom, the more you understand the nitty-gritties about the robot, and then you'll be in position to possess this fully and design your own strategy. Now there, you should be expecting about 0.5 to, depending on how the market is, to $10, per day, right? I mean to 10%, 0.5% to 10%, depending on the market. Sometimes you land or you get started when the market is really amazing, and then you can make even more than that. Right? We have had that experience. We have leaders and team members who have had that experience. Now, you can decide as well to be a solo trader. Now, with a solo trader, you are this person who has gone past the passive, the passive trading area. You're now trying to look at how best you can maximize with the little you have, because now this one here applies for both those with a lot of capital and those with little capital. So you are aiming at entering the market, not staying long enough, and exiting it after attaining the percentage you want from the market of the coin you are trading. Now, this is where you can decide, if you decide to go that way, to become a solo trader. This is where now this area where Leader Julius was trying to take us through becomes very, very important. It becomes a key factor in you winning trades when it comes to solo trading. Because with a solo trading, you can also decide to either be, you can be a solo, you can be a scalper, right? For you look at benefiting from within very short time frames to profit, or you can decide to be a day trader. You can decide to be a swing trader, or you can even decide to be a position trader. Now, those are terminologies you don't have to worry much. It's just, as a starter, just know that you can be a solo trader. Now, as a solo trader, the tools that we have recommended, we have gone through a number of tools, right? Testing and back testing, trying out which we think would be perfect and would work better. Though it is not subjective that you can only use the module we're trying to suggest of using the trading view. You can have other strategies you can employ, other applications you may employ, right? To come out with the best strategies that can help you be winning each and every day. But we have tested a number of them. We moved from Nomics. We went from using the percentages of the coins on RoyalQ, and a number of other strategies. But in the course of the journey, since every day is learning, is a learning day, and every day is a discovery day, we tend to be flexible and identify that which we think even somebody in the village, even a miner or a newbie or a novice into the crypto space can be able to use, as long as he or she understands the principle and applicability. So, you go through that. And yes, so that is the session. We now, after, taking you through that, we now expect you to know now. We dive into details of the passive trader, how you can become a passive trader and the settings. Then on Thursdays is where now we look at solo trading. This is where Leader Julius now then takes us through what he just shared with us this morning, how to use the different drawing tools, that is on the trading view, how to use the different indicators on the trading view to help us discover or determine how we can set our preset price, or what we call an entry point into the market, not to allow us remain long or longer in a floating loss. So our aim of doing solo trading is we want to minimize the periods or the duration in which we stay in the floating loss. That's why we encourage you to learn on how to determine which position will be best to develop or to create as an entry point, right? So that you are able to win immediately or instantly or within a short period of time. So that one always happens on Thursdays, and Leader Julius always take us through that session. And and during that session, there are lots that are discussed, and you are required to follow them up so that you keep on practicing the course of the week. And when Fridays come like this, you will be in position to ask questions, especially in regard to areas that you didn't pick quite well in the course of the week or the previous Zoom trainings. Then Fridays is where we get into the question and answer. Now, having gone through, having learned the opportunity, you know how best to maximize from the opportunity, you know how to become a solo trader, you know how to become a passive trader. Perhaps in the course of the week, you didn't get a chance, or there's something that happened and you didn't really, it wasn't so well with you, didn't understand, the reasons behind that. This is a day where now you come up, you give yourself a chance to, we share freely as leaders, as team members, so that we can learn from one another and then move forward. And then Saturday, which crowns it up as the last day of the week in regards to our schedule, is when our leader, our amazing leader, Doris Angel, takes us through the new RoyalQ user orientation. So she orients us. She makes us learn some of the features of the robot, which feature is used for what, how can you adjust which feature to suit what you want in the market. She actually takes you through the entire features that are found in the robot, right? So you just have to sit back and relax. Now, with all that said, since I wouldn't want to bore you with a lot, I'm going to open up the meeting by giving us a chance to kindly ask question, and then we see how we can go through it, as a team together. I'm going to be your host. I'm going to be on the driving seat just to guide through the discussion. So thank you very much. And thanks once again for being part of this amazing Zoom. So let's get started. Now, the procedure is you will either share your question through the chat, or you can raise up your hand and then give you we unmute you, or we give you a chance to unmute yourself, and then, ask the questions you have in mind. All right, let's get started. Okay. This one is saying, please repeat settings of auto FBI retracement. Coach Mr. Could you please tell us? All right, I think the times are there. The summary has already been posted on the chat for that person who was asking for, the program and the time of the different meetings. I think that is already taken care of. And then repeating the settings of the auto. Now, this one here, I would encourage. I don't know if Leader Julius, can you take this person through? Because now I have a problem with sharing my trading view. Otherwise, I may get out of Zoom again. So I just wanted to take this person through, the settings of the auto FBI retracement. Just that. then we get to the next session. Please. You're welcome.
I would encourage maybe this person only takes screenshots because
yeah,
the auto
true.
API replacement is simple. There is this just a few settings where I'm circling, where you need to touch. You tap on this arrow, then you choose %. Then you tap on this arrow, then you choose the right.
Okay.
Then the last setting, you tick everything on this side. Everything here. You make sure every box is ticked. Then when you come to the end, you tick only this side. The rest you don't touch. The rest that are ticked, don't touch them. They come automatically ticked. So you make sure that there are a few boxes here. You tick everything this side, then you tick this one. And that's all.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Now, this other person is asking, what do I do when my one shot has been in red floating for more than a month? Now, I think this is what happens. This is what we need to know. We have always advised and encouraged our leaders or our team members that even when you're setting the one shot strategy, because we don't have control of the market, right? Because we don't control the market, please allow for any scenario of a market going against you. Allow any scenario of the market going against you, even after having, set your preset or determined where to set your preset price and you set and start the trading. Allow for some other retracement. Why? Because we don't control the market, right? We don't control the market. Now, a key example is, maybe let me just share my screen and I take you through that. Let me just share my screen. All right. Just a minute. Just a minute. So, when you start a trade, sometimes you don't have to be very certain. You don't have to be very certain that the market is just going to go smooth in your favor. Sometimes gives allowance for some other for a retracement. Let me give a simple example on my Ethereum, right? Ethereum, I changed it to Cycle, but the intention was I wanted to trade it on Cycle. On one shot. Now, if I tap on my Ethereum, you realize that on this coin, there was something I was testing, because I love testing something before I recommend to my team members. I was trying to test something on Ethereum. So what I did, I actually, when you check on my trade settings, I used $15 as my first buy-in amount. Now, the other thing I did was, before I changed this to 20, I was trying to, this one was at 4. It was at 4, and I'm going to show you. Let me just come to the margin configuration. Now, according to me, my settings for the 4 margin calls were like this. This is where it had stopped. All right. I told you I was trying to test out something. This is how I had set it. I entered I set my preset price at some amount, right? And then I allowed for a possibility of a retracement of a market going against me. By what percentage? This is 1, 2, 3, 3.5 down, right? So when I did this, I made sure that my first buy-in amount was aimed at, getting me towards, towards the direction I expected the market to go. But then I also left an allowance of a 0.5. Why? Because I wanted the robot to pick, even if it's picking 15%, $15, it should multiply by 0.5, and then it takes, it puts in some minimum amount here, right? Now, in the process of testing this, what I wanted to do was to see if the market goes against me, What other scenario, what other settings can I put in to make sure that I come out of that? That's why I then, on my 5th call, you see, I increase the number of times to 2, right? Because I believe that, this 2, that is almost 2 times the amount that the robot would have used in the 4th call, in the 3rd call and 4th call, meaning I will try to reduce my average price to as small as possible, so that once there's any shift in the market, I am able to win the trade in profit. Now, what happens is this: when you realize that your trade, your one-shot trade goes against you, let's say it goes into the floating loss, right? When it goes into the floating loss, what you need to do is come quickly and check the kind of strategy mode you had set your trades on. This is where you come and check. Your strategy mode. Come and check. Was it in wall warehouse? Because that is the ultimate goal. If you want to go for one shot, your strategy mode should be on the wall warehouse, right? If it was on the wall warehouse, and then the robot has already made more than 4 margin calls, or it already bought 4 times, what you need to do, quickly go back and change your strategy mode to a strategy mode that will allow for sub sales, because you never know. You may expect it to end maybe at only the 5th call, but then to go all the way maybe up to the 10th call, depending on how you set, depending on the percentage you have set for your margin call drops, right? So what you need to only do, you need to come back, change this strategy mode from wall warehouse to a sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Let me show you this, right? So if it was on this, come quickly and change it to this. Why? Because you want to allow for those sub sales. Because remember the other time in the last meeting we had, the other last Friday, I showed you how you can benefit from a downward movement of a coin, right? How you can profit as the price of the market is going down. I would recommend you to go to I think they will share either the link here, or you go on YouTube and then watch that video. It is very well explained how you can benefit from a downward, market, or in a downtrend market, while profiting, but at the same time, robot buying, and selling as the coin is going, the value of the coin is going down. Now, that is the only thing you need to do. You need to change from this to this. Why specifically to sub-bin mode real-time settlement? Because you want, sometimes people get excited when they see their results, their revenue, even if it is 0.0 something, as long as you are able to see it once a sale is done, you get some little bit of excitement and comfort than when you set it at this sub-bin mode, on this sub-bin mode, where you are expected, you expect the robot, or the robot first of all has to sell everything it bought before it can display the revenue, of how much you have made. So we recommend for this because of that, that aspect of excitement that it brings when your robot, closes every trade in profit. Right? So it gives you some energy. Now, so that is the most important thing here. So just come quickly, change. If it was on one shot and the strategy mode was on wall warehouse, just change this and bring it back to this, and then confirm. Right? After confirming, then quickly, that is if it had already made 4 margin calls, right? If it already made 4 margin call. If it is 3, you can give it a chance. If it goes to 4, there's a likely possibility that it will go to the 5th call. However, still, you can persist on the 4th call by just simply coming here on the trade settings and then adjusting on the margin call drop here. You just come and touch here, right? And if you don't want to make the 5th call, or you want it to take a while before it can make the 5th call, just come and tap on the margin configuration, and then increase this margin call drop percentage, this one for the 5th call. Increase it to a bigger figure. You can increase it maybe to 5, or even 7, just because you want to make sure that it should still remain at the 4th call, and probably, if possible, change direction and begins moving up, and then closes that trade in profit, right? But if you don't want to have all that time of waiting, and yet you want the robot to continue trading, just simply come and adjust just come back here. Sorry, just a minute. Just come back here. Increase, the first thing you should do, increase your margin call limit. If it was only 4, increase it to now to 5 or 6 or 7. You know, at least increase it from sub position of 5 onwards to allow for those sub cells. Then after increasing, if it was 4, you can even say, let's let it first go to 7. Now, after increasing it to 7, then now come here, come to the margin configuration, and then you go and adjust on the margin call drop, those percentages, right? Adjust on the percentages accordingly. And the other thing you will need to do, you will now have to come, you can adjust on the world position take profit callback. I did explain why it is very important. It helps, you know, this percentage here to go the way it is without being affected by any callback. And then you can at the same time also come and adjust on this. Why? Because once you permit for sub cells, okay, which is in this area of distributed and take profit allocation, if you allow for sub cell, then you wouldn't wish, you know, any percentage, any call drop, any callback to affect that percentage. Because normally, when you check on the distributed take profit percentages, you see they're always small. So because they are small, you want to allow for taking advantage of any retracement in the market. Because as I explained the other time, that the market can decide to go down. Let's say it comes here on this 8th call, right? And then it retraces. That retracement is what we want to take advantage of by these percentages here. You get that, right? We want to take advantage of this of the retracement by these percentages we set. And I said from the start, you can make these percentages to be, you can retain it at 1.3 or even 1.4, depending on the kind of retracement that particular coin makes when it is dipping. Sometimes it really comes up at a very big percentage and even goes down at a higher percentage. So for the very start, for the first 2, from 5th maybe to the 6th or even 7th call, you can allow this one remain maybe at 1.5 or 1.3, right? Then, but as it dips, as it is buying and selling, you want to take advantage of this retracement, this one here. So meaning if it dips, let's say to the 5th sub position and the robot makes a buy, in its attempt of, retracing or pretending to be going up, if it goes by this percentage of 1.2, you're in profit. Then if it dips again to the 9th call or to the 9th sub position, the robot again buy. Should it again pretend to be going up or it retraces at, this percentage here of 1.2, it will sell. Then again, it dips to the 10th call, retraces, dips. So at every point of dipping and retracement, you are closing in profit. And I say, as you're dipping further down, try as much as possible to now reduce on percentages. Why? Because the more the coin dips, the little are the percentage at which it retraces. That's why you see for me, like mine, I most of the time reduce this. If I could do, I think I adjusted this, but I normally like reducing whenever I realize that a sub position has already been taken care of. Let's say the robot already bought 10 times, right? All these other percentages, I increase them in preparation for that reversal when finally the coin will be in an uptrend. I want to close at least some good profit before I make that final big chunk of sell at the world position take profit percentage that I set. I want to first of all close some good percentages in the sub cells. So I change these previous percentages to something slightly bigger. But these other ones down, I maintain them, to a smaller figure. Why? Because I want, as it is going down, I want to benefit from this retracement here. This retracement here, right? I want it to close straight. I want to make profits within those region. So you, my friend, what you only need to do, if the robot already made, it already bought 4 times, just go back, increase on your margin call limit. If you had used a lot of money as your first buying amount, now reduce the amount to something, that you think you can use, right? And then also you go and adjust on your margin call drop, those percentages, and then the number of times you want the robot to buy at every sub position, right? That is the simple thing you do when you want to when you want to at least be winning in those deep, or when the coin is dipping. So I think that has been helpful and it was answered. And okay. All right. So I think for those asking about the indicators, I would recommend kindly that maybe you join the Thursday, Zoom call. Because Leader Julius understand pretty well about the, how to to set up those indicators for use when you're trying to analyze or determine when to enter, to determine when to enter the market or to set your preset price. Just kindly, because we may not go into that so much, though it is a very key factor, but we encourage, I'm requesting on the behalf of the team, kindly, or you can contact him personally or privately, or you can contact me personally. All right. I've been for floating loss for 4 months now. Please, Saukan, to come out, because since then I have not done any tradings. Okay. So now with this this person, is it Chinasa? Okay. I don't know. I think I pretty handle that part. That if, okay, maybe let me explain further. I don't know the kind of trading you're making. Is it psycho trading or you are doing one shot? If you are doing psycho trading, the only thing you need to do is this. I don't know how much you're using as a trading capital. All right. Maybe you could come on an audio version so that I get some questions from you, please. Chinasa, I don't know whether that's the name. Please, you could raise up your hand and I allow you to just share with us in form of an audio so that I ask you some few questions before I can answer. Chinasa, yes. Chinasa or China? All right. Please unmute yourself, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir,
yes.
Please, I sent a message for over 4 months now. I've not done anything due to the one I've done is in floating loss. They are all in one shot.
So how many coins are in the floating loss?
8.
8. And all of them were one shot.
One shot, yes, sir.
Now, how many times has the robot bought each of the coins?
How many
times has the robot? Okay, what's the number of margin calls so far made by the robot? How many times has it bought?
Sir, I don't understand. I didn't know if whether I can share my screen.
All right. I think, okay. Okay. Please, for the consumption of others who may be in the similar situation, you may share, please. Can you, I don't know. Leader, Julius, can you make Chinasa maybe the host, so as a co-host, so that she can her screen?
She may share. The sharing screen option is available. She may share.
Oh, okay. Please share. Please share your screen.
Sir, please, how can I share my screen?
All right. When you tap on your Zoom, when you tap on your screen, at least you should be in position to see just at the bottom of the screen some features like mute, start video. Then there's an option for share, right? It is in green color.
Okay.
Yes. So when you tap on it, you select the option for screen, and then you tell me what has been displayed or what has been, what you're seeing.
I clicked on share.
All right. Then you look for the options for a screen.
You cannot start screen share while the other participant is sharing.
Oh, sorry. All right, you can go ahead.
Okay, sir. It's showing Microsoft Drive, Google, Box, Photo, Documents. Okay, screen. I should click on screen.
Yes, choose screen.
Okay, sir.
What is displayed after tapping on screen?
It's brought out all the app on my phone. I don't know, but it's not showing.
It brought the list of It brought the list of applications, right? Now you scroll down, and then you choose. You look for Zoom. You look for that app Zoom, and you tap on it.
Okay, sir.
Have you seen Zoom?
Yes, I've done that.
All right. Then you tap on. Tap on
on
the back button just once. Yeah, just tap on the Zoom. Then you tap on the back button just once. Have you tapped on the Zoom?
Yes.
Then just go back once. Just tap on the back button once. All right, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. Then you open your RoyalQ.
It's saying auto share audio off.
You just tap on your RoyalQ now. Your RoyalQ application. I'm already seeing your screen, please.
Okay, you already see my screen. What else should I do?
Yes. You tap on the RoyalQ app, your robot. You tap on it. You open it up.
Okay, sir. I've done that, sir.
You refresh. I want a display of the coins you're trading. Refresh. All right. Okay. All right. You let's begin from that first one. You tap on the first coin first. You tap on that first coin, AVAX. You tap on AVAX. Is it AVAX? Yes. Oof. Okay. Now what you're going to do, I don't know how much balance do you have as USDT on your Binance?
It's 0 points. Should I go back and show you, sir?
Yeah, you can go back if it is okay.
This is what I have, sir.
You refresh. Do you know how to refresh the balance?
Yes, sir.
You know, right? There is a. Are you seeing where there is Binance? Where it is written as Binance?
Yes, sir.
And then just at the extreme right, there is the word batch settings. You see that?
Yes, I've clicked
Before
on
the
it.
batch
That's
settings, there's that sort of like a cycle. That thing which is like a cycle.
Yes.
So you only have $0.97.
Yes, sir.
Now, the only thing I would recommend for now, you need some money. You need some capital, because even what I wanted to do or to help you, do requires some money, right?
Okay, sir.
It requires some money. So if maybe you can chat me, or you get me, and then I can help you one-on-one. Perhaps if you already have the money, loaded on your Binance, then I help you to do some settings there, because now you don't balance. And I don't know, maybe the other thing is, the other advice I would as well give, I don't know why you would go for many coins with it. I think, let me just check through. AVAX, how much were you using on AVAX? How much is on AVAX? It's about 11 USDT. Let's check through the coins. I want to see the amounts, the position amounts on each of the coin. Because I want to advise. Yes. It's 11.63. You go back and tap on BTC. Go back and tap on BTC, please. Go back and tap on BTC.
Okay, sir.
That's 19. That's roughly $20. Go and tap on maybe the next. That's the next. Then we can stop on that. Any other coin apart from BTC? Just tap on it. Now this is 19. Now this is my advice. What's your name again? How is it pronounced?
Chinasa.
Yeah, Chinasa. This is my advice. Instead of distributing those small, dollars on different coins and, ending up trading very many coins with little, which at the end you'll get very insignificant profit, I would recommend you try to, you lower that grid. Yeah. Not every signal that is sent on the group you are supposed to enter. You get that? Just pick one or two, put in money so that you're able to get significant profit from the market. Because if you end up distributing those small dollars and then on multiple coins, sometimes you really won't realize what you're doing. You won't realize, the goal, the ultimate goal of what your intention is. Because even if it was $10, let's say, for example, and it closes, let's say, at 2%, what is that amount? It's probably 0.0 something, which is very small. The best you can do is, instead of distributing those money to different coins because you want to trade very many coins and because signals are dropped in the groups, just concentrate. Decide on the kind of trader you want to be. If it is entirely solo, please make sure you know wallet management. Please ensure you enter a trade with some reserve left. Don't enter with everything into the trades. Second, make sure you take from the market a percentage which you think will not take you long for you to get it. Don't go for bigger percentages, especially if you still have little knowledge in regard to, what we're trying to share, especially what Leader Julius was trying to take us through in the first session, right? When we just got started. If you to become a sole trader, that is. So if you're a solo trader, you need to decide on the kinds of coin you trade and how much you want to put on each coin when you trade them, but enter with some reserve, leave some reserve to help you replenish either manually or do the auto replenishment through what I was actually going to do. I was going to help you do auto replenishment by just adjusting some few parameters, increasing the margin call. Increasing the margin call limits, and then adjusting on your margin call drops, and then the number, the multiple buying ratio, and then also the first buying amount, so that we are able to buy, so that the robot is able to buy the dip, but while profiting. So the only thing you need to do, get to me when you have some reserve, when you have some money, then I will help you and advise you on what to do best, please. I hope it was helpful.
Right. Yes, but please, I will need your contact so that I can get to you once
I'll share with you later. I'll share later on.
All right. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. You can unshare your screen, please. You unshare your screen. T. Davidson, please. T. Davidson. Unmute yourself. T. Davidson, unmute yourself, please. Okay. All right. T. Davidson, please unmute yourself and ask a question.
Okay. Good morning, boss. I'm having similar issue with that lady that just dropped now. Okay, because I've been trading since last year. It's as if the profits went back again. All my market has gone down very deep, So I don't really know what to do, but I have some about $200 on my USDT, wherever. So I wanted to see how what you wanted to do for that lady that you want to call. I don't know how you put it, So I don't know how to do it. And another thing, I was in a Zoom yesterday, and the leader Julius was teaching about candle of a thing. So I didn't really understand.
What?
It was teaching about candle. It was measuring candle, because that yesterday was my first time on the Zoom. It was teaching me about candle, when to come in and when to go out of the market, because that is really important, because if you know how to maneuver your way, someone going to lost float, I don't know, to be like 10 or 20%, not just 100%, So that's really sure. So I don't know if I can share my screen, because we wanted to show that lady how to add more money to the lost market so that they can reboost again. So I don't know.
All right. So all right. I think what we're going to do is you said, how many coins are you trading?
It's up to like 6 or so.
Wow. And then on cycle or one shot?
It was on cycle before, but when I saw that the market was going down, so I just put it on one shot.
Okay. Maybe we could just for demonstration purpose and to help the other. I think let me give you a chance to share your screen. You may go ahead and share your screen, please.
Okay. So it was okay. These are the market. It was yesterday. Doris Angel did these ones because whether we borrowed money, I don't know how she put it. So that's how I now have it, $207.
So were you trading signals, or you were just trying to pick up coins by yourself?
Well, no, she was the one that helped me to do it yesterday.
No, I mean previously, before you entered trade, before she did that.
Yes. If I was what?
Now you first stop on Solana, that very first coin, and let's see that's Sol.
Sol, okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it's okay. It's having okay. I think I'm going to do one thing on Solana. Right. I'm just to demonstrate, and maybe you can duplicate the rest. I mean, duplicate the same thing to the other coin. That is, but then the only thing is, what you would do for now, based on what you have, if it is okay by you, we may do only either 1 or 2 coins for the auto replenishment. All right. Then the others will first have to hold on. Maybe either after maybe when you add some money, then we do that on them, or you wait for this other one to sell, and then the capital that was already on them are the very one we shall use for, replenishing the others. Right. Just to have an experience, see what will happen when you do the auto replenishment. Because even if we were to do the manual replenishment, the percentage is so deep, it is -81, and that would require some good money, more than the 200, right? It would reduce the percentage, but it won't give you that opportunity of enjoying the dip, enjoying the sub cells so much, Okay, now what I'm going to do is this: what we're going to do is this. First, I want to check on the margin. The margin call limit, the number of margin call, call you had set, right? How many they are. Then 2, I want to see the settings of your margin call drops, and then the multiple buy-in ratios. Then 3rd, I will direct you on how, okay, we shall do some adjustment on this distributed and take profit allocation percentages. And then, then we do that. So you tap on the trade settings and tap on the trade settings. But also at the same time, I'm seeing your margin, the robot is no longer buying because your margin call has, in fact, it's like you've instructed, I don't know whether it has done it by itself or it is you who stopped the margin call. You see, once you see this part here, open margin call, it means actually the margin call is closed, meaning you've stopped giving permission. Okay, actually the robot is no longer buying based on your instruction of stopping the margin call. But once you see it is written stop margin call, it actually means the margin call is open, so the robot is at liberty to buy and sell. repeatedly if you're doing a cycle trade. And then, yeah, but once it is written like this, the way you're saying open margin call, it is already telling you that the margin call was already stopped, right? It is already closed, right? And because of that, the robot is unable to buy. Even when it dips to the percentage of the margin call drop you have set, it will not buy because you already stopped it from buying. You get that?
Yeah.
So let's start by, let's first tap on the trade settings and we see what happens. You have 14 margin call, okay, which is not bad. All right. Then world position take profit ratio is 1.1. Okay. All right. But okay, it is fine. But normally you can, yeah, you can keep that a bigger, slightly bigger figure, you know. Then you tap on the margin configuration.
Okay.
Let me check on how you've set your margin call drops. Margin call drop, margin configuration. Just tap on margin configuration.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You scroll through down. One second. Hold on there. So the sixth call is 2.2 and it is one time. Seventh call is 2.2. Now, how much would you wish? How much would you wish out of the $200 to go into the coin?
Like $100.
$100, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it is $100, this is what I'm going to do to help us, you know, get out of, you know, that negative 81%. I would advise increase your margin call, all right, limit to about 20, right? Let's first get it to 20, okay? Then we shall come here. We shall come here to adjust the number of times. The number of times we want it to buy at the respective percentage, you know, margin call drops, right? So you just you tap on let's go back and adjust the margin call limit from 14 to 20. That's about 14 buys, which is okay. So you adjust it to 20 margin call limit. You adjust it to 20.
It's not allowing me. I'm tapping on it.
You tap on edit. Tap on edit. Top right. There is the word edit. It must be there. And then, okay, 20. And then, let me just check on the, okay. All right. Let's go and adjust on the margin configuration.
I should click save here, no?
No, just first go to the margin configuration. You come and save.
Okay, vale.
So from the seventh call, leave it at 1, right? Then down, all the way down, from the 8th call, you may adjust. Now, depending on if you want to buy 0.5 times, you adjust them all the way to 0.5 times up to the 20th. From the 8th,
yes.
Adjust them to 0.8. Yes, adjust them to 0. No, not the margin call drop, but the multiple buy-in ratio, the times, the number of times. The number of times, please.
All right. I should put how many? 8.
You can put 0.5. 0.5, okay. Please.
0.5. I should do the rest like that.
0.5, 0.5.
0.5.
Up to the 20th.
Okay. 0.
Yeah, and I would recommend. I would also, yeah, you do that. As you do that, then we may as well adjust on the first buying amount, because now we want to economize. We use little, but while benefiting from the dip. We get that. I am certain the dip that the coin has already gone, it may not go further. If the robot begins buying and selling, it will not go beyond 80 now. It may instead reduce. Okay.
So I'm done, or should I continue?
Yeah, up to the 20th, please.
Okay. Zero 0.5. 5. Okay.
And then you can confirm.
Okay.
Oh, okay, baby. All right, it is okay. You reduce on the first buying amount to 10.
Okay. This one.
Yes. And then you go to the margin configuration, the 7th call and the 8th call, you increase the number of times to 2.
The 7 call to 8 call.
Number of times.
0.2.
2, just 2.
Okay.
2. And then also the 8th call, 2. Good. Right. And then, yeah. So that is about that is 60. No, you all right. No, it is okay. It is okay. Now you save. You confirm, I mean. Confirm. You confirm. And then you go and save. I mean, before you save, you go to the distributed and take profit allocation. Tap on the distributed and take profit allocation.
Okay.
I think the setting is okay. 1.1, not bad. You can also confirm that and go back. That's a good percentage. And then confirm. All right. Then you open your margin call. You open margin call. All right. Okay. So and then you change your let me see. Okay. Right. Then you tap on cycle to change your trades back to cycle, please. Good. All right. I think we're good to go. Now you monitor this. All right. You monitor this trade and see what happens. Okay. With those adjustments, you first monitor and you see what happens. But basically, that is what you do. But first, concentrate on this. Let's see how it will move, and perhaps you can check me up, and maybe we check through together if it is okay. You can so that we replicate. We duplicate the rest. I mean, the same to the others after. Right.
Okay.
So I hope that has been helpful. You just first observe that with that settings. And then we see what happens next. You can share, please, and then I have Kemso.
Please, how can I get you? Because your number is not here.
You drop for me your number, and I'll get to you. You drop it on the chat. You drop it on the chat.
All right. Thank you. Let me stop sharing. Or you've done it already.
You drop for me your number on the chat. Maybe I'll get back to you later. And then is it Chisa? The other first lady. As well, drop your number on the chat. Maybe and then I get it and I chat you later. All right.
I don't know how to move from here.
This person is asking, can't you remain on one shot because you want to get rid out of the coin? Now, listen, the percentage dip is still way long. So let her first. I want these settings to remain the way it is, so she benefits from the sub-sales as she reduces the percentage dip. Now, when of course the percentage comes out to a level which we feel will easily, the robot will easily close the entire trade in profit and then won't go back. That's when we shall change it on one shot, because now we don't want to trade it anymore. That will come later. But with that dip, we still need the cycle trading to benefit from the sub sales. I hope I answered this other person. You, Kemso, please, you unmute yourself and then ask your question. Davidson, you can Kemso, please. Your hand is up.
Yeah, my leader.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, I personally have two concerns. First is a question. And the second one will be a comment that I would like to make. But let us go first with my question.
Okay.
Yesterday, when we were on the Zoom, in trying to master the trading view along with the bots we are using, yesterday, Mr. Kabanda made a comment that when you are reading the trading view and the 0 is down and the 100 is up, that is a downtrend coin. If I was clear, so I want that one to be clarified. I want it to be clear in my mind. So whether when the 100 is down and the 0 is up, is it that the market is going down? And so which is which? These two concepts, I'm not getting it well.
So the concept of when the 0 is down and the 100 is up.
Yes.
Right? And then when the 100 is down and then the 0 is up, what happens?
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. I think that I will explain. And then the other?
Yeah, the other, I'll come with that one when this one is explained.
Okay. Now, the thing is very simple. Kemso?
Yes, Kemso, please.
You know, the strategy Leader Julius was trying to show you is a simplified version that doesn't require you straining the brain, right? Straining the brain. It's when you're using, you see, there are indicators that we basically use to analyze the market. These indicators already have lines, what would you call the areas of, the lines that help us establish the areas of conference, or what would you call in a simple term as the areas of support and resistance, right? They're already drawn. And a key example is the auto FBI retracement. It already has those levels already marked, right? Which makes it simple for you to determine when to enter and whether or not to enter and when to exit. Okay, it is a simplified version. Though you can do that manually if you understand the concept of price action analysis. You can draw. You can use other trading tools like let me just share my screen. Just let me just share my screen and try to explain something. I may not use my trading view, but I'll put some drawings on there on the screen just to and understand. Let me use this. Now the concept that is on the indicator FBI is that it already has those levels. Let's assume I'm going to give a simple example of a downward trend. You have this, the market. Sorry, let me get this drawing tool. You have this. I'm going to explain it with respect to a downward trend. You have this kind of movement, right? This is a downward movement, right? Where you have higher lows and then the lower lows. Lower lows and then the higher lows. Lowers, lower, and then the higher lows. Now, this is the concept is pretty simple. That you would draw this if you understand the concept of price action. All right. What you would do is in a downward movement, when you're trying to draw, when you're trying to use some tools, like for example, the trend line, what you only do is you make sure you identify the highest point of a reversal in that trend, right? Okay. And then identify any two higher lows in that trend, right? Like for example, I can identify this and this. Then you make sure that as you're drawing the line, oh, what happened? All right. If Okay. When you're drawing the lines, when you're drawing your trend line, because you want to establish actually where those areas of support and resistance are, you will make sure that you put your cursor here for the trend line and then draw it downwards. Let it touch any 2 points of the lower, of the higher lows, all right? Like that. Let's assume you've already drawn your trend line. What will happen? Should this market reverse and then begin moving, right? When the last candle to be nearest to this line or to touch this line close below this line, it means the market is going to continue going down or it will continue dipping. But should that last candle to close either nearest to that candle or on that, should that last candle, which has closed nearest to this trend line, right, close above the trend line, right? It means that is the point of a market reverse. So it means the market is already going to be moving upwards. It is going to go upwards, right? But how do you come to that? What happens is this: through drawing this, you are able to establish that this is my other point of conference. This is area of conference. This is an area of conference, right? So when you try to project this, when you try to increase this, right? Sorry, just a minute. Just a minute. I try to get this. All right. When you try to, extend this, you realize that from this point here, when the market was coming down, it came and touched this part. This became an area of support. It was supporting the pressure that this downward movement is coming with, supporting, the pressure that the sellers are seeing in the market. It is preventing the market from just dipping straight away in a linear form, right? It is preventing this price of the coin going beyond this line. So it is supporting it, so it becomes like a support, preventing the price to go further down. At this point, the market reverses a little to go up, right? As it goes up, it gets another line, which is this. Now, when it gets that line and then changes direction, it means this other line on top becomes the resistance level, and then this other area becomes the support where it reversed from, right? Now, therefore, because of that, when it comes down with a very large momentum, with a very high momentum, and goes past this line, it goes completely down like the way it has done, it means the pressure was too much. Therefore, the pressure that was coming in was not, this other support area was not in position to support it, right? To prevent the price from going down. So it will go past that, right? And then after going past it, it becomes again the resistance. The one from this other point, the below line, where the market tried to reverse to make an upward trend, because now the new support level, right? So you have the first area here, which was a resistance. This was a support. Now, when the price came past that, this one became now resistance. Now a new support is created. When it comes past that, a new support, this one becomes a resistance. So the concept here is, if you know how to do this, you know how to make those drawings to establish your areas of conference or the support and resistance level, you can do that without the FBI, right? But sometimes the FBI, the auto FBI becomes in very interesting because it has the levels already marked, and it combines a number of factors. It combines a number of surrounding factors in regard to that coin movement or the price of that coin movement in the market. In that, it is able to draw that line automatically, right? So that you are now able. Okay, it even tells you the price within that level where the market is most likely to reverse. Now, what happens is this: there is a 0 mark, and then there is a 100 mark, right? Now, normally, when the market was coming in a downward, it was coming downwards. It was in a downward movement. Once it touches the 0 point, in most cases, the market reverses and begins going up, right? It begins going up. Now, as it goes up, when it is tending towards 0, what happens is this: this changes, it becomes 0, and the 100 comes down. Meaning, once you see that the 100 is already down, and the 0 is up, it means the market is still going to what? Is going to still come down also. But again, if at that point of approach where this other line coming down, I mean the trend coming downward, when it comes almost close to approaching the 0 area, it changes and becomes the 0 point. And then the 100 again goes up, meaning there's a reversal. The market is again going to go up. You get that? So that's why it did not confuse you. It's just telling you that once you see a trend approaching the 100 mark or the 0 mark, what you need to do, just enter the market. Why? Because the journey is still a long way. I hope I made that clear. Maybe Leader Julius, you can use the real app to try to explain that, but I think it made a little sense.
All right. Thank you so much.
Leader Julius, are you there?
Right. Yeah, let me just try to go through. Let me share my screen. All right, like for example, if you see my screen, these are the auto FBI investment line screen. Now this lies for solo traders. You know, when you want to be a solo trader, you want to pay attention to your business. You know, you want to make sure that things are happening. All right, now if you see very well, these lines we have here, 0 is here right now, and 100 is on top. Now, usually, once the market touches these lower lines, it has to go up definitely. So if you are starting for your very, very first time, what do you need to understand? You don't need to learn everything. That's the biggest challenge. You just need to pick a concept. What's the concept? If you find a trade on 0, whether here it is 0, it is 100, just enter. Especially if it is 0, this market means we'll be having an upward trend, right? If 100 is down here, let me find one trade so that I create a difference. Let me find SLP. Beautiful. Now, this is what I mean. Now look at SLP. I said, if you find a trade, I need to just make this clear for someone who is new. Don't swallow with the market. Don't understand everything. You find a trade touching the 0 line, just join. It will deliver because it will be moving from 0 to 100. Now let me find another trade. Now, what do I mean when I say that when you find 0 down and 100 on top, it will be a downward trend. Once this trade goes up, it will definitely start coming down from 100 to 0. But if you find the trade touching the 0 line, whether there is 0 here, whether there is 100, I don't want to complicate things. Just join the trade. This trade will move up. I hope I've tried to simplify it, to make it simple in the layman's language. Because someone doesn't need to be a trader to do this. Once you find a trade, for example, look at this trade. I want to show you an example. Let me look at YFI. This is YFI. In the 1 hour time frame, I picked up this trade in the 1 hour time frame. Let me show you. Let me go to my trades. This is YFI. I hope you see. I picked the trade at the bottom. It's still in negative, but I made $3 in profit. I picked it at the bottom. Instead of me chasing trades or signals, maybe that are being dropped the group, I find a trade touching the 0 line. I don't ask anyone whether I should join or like, because I'm not a trader. Me, I'm not a trader. I usually say I'm a networker. I find a trade on 0. I just join because I know this trade will be moving up. And the minimum take profit, I usually say, minimum I can take from this trade, if I pick it from here at the 0 line, this diagonal line here, it can go up to level 38, which this is 38. This is 0, 23, 38, 4%. Or if I have fear, I'll just use these lines as support and resistance. And basically it will stop here. So I saw it, I picked my 2% first. Then I checked up this trade in the 4 hours time frame. You don't understand this. I don't go slow here. I'll go slow when you join on Thursday. That's why I go slow about this. Now I checked this trade on the 4 hours time frame, and I discovered that this trade was below the negative 23 line. I just entered. I didn't look for anything. I said, okay. Once it will go against me, I'll open some 3 margin calls. Let me see if I can show you. I'll open some 3 margin calls. These ones, 1, 2, 3. So I entered and I said, okay, this trade will move from where it is right now because it is low. It will touch the 0 line. And from the 0, it will move from here. Then it will go up to here, 8%. Now, since I discovered that I'd entered from close to here, since I discovered that I'd entered below the 0 line here, I entered around here, I think. I found it here. I entered from here. I said, okay, I'll take up to this line. And that's why my take profit is 10%. I'll stop there, then I'll take off my profit. Now, what are the parameters you use? You cannot use one indicator. That's why I gave you yesterday the volume analysis indicator. Those that attended the training for Thursday yesterday, I gave you the volume analysis indicator. This helps me to decide whether I should pick this trade. Why? Okay, let me just make it clear. Now, those that attended the yesterday's training of the volume analysis indicator, I told you that we have 4 bars in this volume analysis indicator. We have the red bar, which indicates very high volume in the market. There is very high volume in the market. I hope you see this. You see where this red bar acted here. You saw what this YFI did. Now, we said the yellow bar is high volume. Now, the challenge is that so many people complicate their lives. They want to do what I call paralysis analysis. This affects your results. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to understand everything or first become an expert for things to happen. Let me just return my indicator. Right now, look, I came here, I looked at this trade. It was flopping down. Yes, it was going down. But when I looked at the indicators, when I looked at my volume analysis, I saw that although this coin was going down, by then, the volume analysis was saying, because I will not go to the principles of how this works. I'll just keep it short. Yellow is high volume. Red is very high volume. Green is average volume and blue is low volume. Now, as we speak, there is low volume in the market. But I'll be patient because I want to take off my trade once it touches the 23 line. And if I look in the history of the performance of the coin, whenever it has gone below this line, ladies and gentlemen, it has usually pumped up highly. Whenever it has gone below these lines, it has usually performed. So that's why I'm comfortable. But when I look at the trades also, I see that by the time I entered the trade, there was high volume in the market. So I comfortably enter this trade. And my goal, because I see it's already down below the 0 line, so it will be moving from 0 going back to 100. But along the line, as this trade performs, let me find one. Okay, let me use app because app is doing it also. All right. Now, someone may say, I opened this trade to just give an example. Let me take it in the 1 hour. Hope that's where it's. All right. Now, look at this trade. Okay, because someone was asking, what if it doesn't touch the 0 line? Before we enter this Zoom, ladies and gentlemen, let me first change the candle chart type so that I can understand the trend very well. Beautiful. It's now an upward trend. Okay, before we entered this trade, I took a screenshot and I showed you this trade called the app. And I said, look at app if you're a solo trader. Why? Because app was moving from top, coming to touch the 0 line area. Now, it may not touch the 0 line, but definitely it will be in this area here. Whenever trade is around this area, when you pick it up, it will definitely go up. If it goes against you, that's why Coach Musa was talking about the margin calls. You open margin calls. 3 are enough for this trade if you were a solo trader. Because that's the first thing you need to define. You take up these 3 margin calls to help you if the market goes against you. Then it will move from here going up. So still, Still, if you have not yet picked up this trade and you love setting up preset prices, this coin can still come down here back to zero. So, most of the time is that people are chasing profit, but you cannot be winning all trades at the same time. For example, let me look at this one, BTCST, beautiful. Now this coin is going down. And in this scenario, 100 is down and 0 is on top. By preference, this coin will have still an upward movement. It's going to touch this line if the volume is okay, the 50 line, and it tried to move up again. Because usually, that's why I didn't want to teach this. Usually, once these lines, they reverse the market. Once it touches the line, usually, it tries to go up. That's why I say, those that don't understand this principle, keep things simple. How simple do you keep them? You may not understand all those for your first time, but if you find a trade, if you find a coin that is touching either here it is 0 or it is 100, just join. Because according to the question, this person is new, is not understanding the principle. If you find 0 here or 100 here, just join. Here, don't ask for a signal, just enter the trade. The minimum take profit you can take if you have fear, measure from the first line where maybe you join from here, take your profit to the next line. Here. This will give you 10%. This trade will go up to here. If you find it at 100. If you find it in 0 in the 4 hours time frame, specifically, if you find it here, also here it is reading 100, this coin will still go up because it's still an upward trend. From here, if you find it here, pick your trade. Don't ask for a signal. 10%. Although you find this trade, let me say it is 0 down. Let me look at this now. You see this one is 100 down, still in an upward trend. Once you will touch this 38 line, like I informed you, those that have been in our trainings, I don't want to go into that today. This trade will go down. It touches the line, closes above, it has to go up. So now, when we are having 100 down, that's when we trade using the current price. When we are having 0 down, that's when we trade using the preset price. Those that get me, get me. But if you don't get me for now, what I'm saying is you find the trade touching this diagonal line here, whether it is 0 or 100, just enter the market. Take profit minimum 3 to 4% is guaranteed. That's how I think I would keep it short that way. You find 0 here. On Thursday, I think on Monday, I'll go a little bit more about it. If you find 0 here, those going in the week, you find a trade touching the 0 line, this diagonal line here. 0 or 100, just join. Minimum take profit, 4%. I keep it short to that. I'll not go into details today. Unless you have been attending our previous trainings. I keep it as short as that. You on this trade, you find 0 there, just enter. Minimum take profit, 3 to 4%, simple. I will not go into details about that. Yes, Coach Musa.
All right, thank you very much, Leader Julius. I think it was simplified. Maybe just a little clarity, or maybe just to add on what you just said, to simplify it further. What you need to only do is leaders on the call who are confused about when to enter, when Leader Julius talks about that when the 0 is down, you just enter. This is what you need to do. He showed you 2 candles, the traditional candles and then the Heikin Ashi candle. Now with the Heikin Ashi candle, it's the basic is simple. If that's what you're going to decide to use to determine when to enter the market, what you need to do is there are 2 types strictly, the green candles and then the red candles. The green candles shows you an upward trend, a bull situation of the market. The red one strictly shows you that the market is dipping, it is going down. Now, how do you tell that the market is going to reverse from the green to the red or from the red to the green? There is always a last candle formed. When it is in the downtrend, the last candle formed there is in the form of a doji. I think Leader Julius clarified that the other time. It is always in the form of a doji. When you see a candle that has wicks at either ends, just know it is trying to tell you something. It is trying to indicate something that the market is going to reverse from the previous trend it was taking to a new trend. And of course, in that case, it will be, if it was in a downtrend, it will be changing to an upward trend. And downtrend movement are always described, when you're using the Heikin Ashi candle, are only described by a green candle with a flat opening. With a flat closure, and then with a flat bottom, right? With a flat bottom, the opening price, there is always a lot of momentum. The bull enters the market, takes it by force, and closes it. So the opening is always flat. The bottom of the candle, of the green candle, is always flat, but it may have some wicks on the top, or it may just close, and you have it will not have wicks on either side. It may be flat on top and flat at the bottom, but it is green. Or it may be flat at the bottom and having some wicks at the top. Now, when you see, candles consistently moving in that way, you just know the market is on an uptrend. Now, the best point to enter when you're using the Heikin Ashi candle to determine when to enter the market, you just look at that point of reversal. If it was in a downtrend and then you see a doji-like, all right, a doji-like candle, a candle with a small body but with long wicks at either end. The wick are those other things which are like threads. When you're at that point, and then the next candle form is a green candle with a bottom flat and then some wicks at the top, just know you just enter that market, because definitely the next candle going to be formed, it's still going to be a bullish candle with a flat bottom and then a wick at the top, and it will be green. Then when it is on a downward, if it was on an upward trend, and then a doji-like candle is formed, a candle with a small body, but with wicks at the end, all right, either ends, it means the market is going to reverse. Now, should the next the next candle form be a red candle, right, with a flat opening and then with a wick at the end, at the bottom. So there's a flat top and then a wick at the bottom. It means the market is going to go downwards. As simple as that. Come and attend the Thursday training. You actually get a clear explanation on that. That is for those one using the Heikin Ashi candle to enter. The last thing about the Heikin Ashi candle, when you're using it, you don't use the indicators, the auto FBI, right? You just make best use of those color changes and then the types of candles formed, and perhaps you can use the trend lines to establish the areas of conference, the support and resistance only, and you'll be good to go. Because at least with the Heikin Ashi candle, it tends to reduce the noise. It reduces the noise that will be associated with the traditional candles. Those traditional candles, sometimes their movement may be unpredictable. It may bring in some fear if you're not certain or if you're not conversant with the market, because you see a red candle, then a green candle, a red candle. But with the Heikin Ashi, it really shows you if the market is going to go in a bull run, it is in a bull trend, or it is an upward trend, it will strictly only display green candles. If it is going to go on a downtrend, it will strictly display only red candles. And that is the reduction of the noise I was talking about. At least it doesn't give you that fear. You'll enter when you're comfortable. All right. Let's go as we wind up. Let me give Davidson, you said you had some conclusion you want to make. I think that part was pretty clear. If it wasn't clear yet, again, please don't miss the Thursday Zoom call, because we shall have Leader Julius breaking it down for you so that you have a better understanding on that. If there's another thing, you may raise up your hand. You may unmute yourself and then, ask. And then I go to Churchill. Yes, please. You may. Please, you may unmute. Please. Please unmute. Davidson, Leader Julius, you could allow Davidson to unmute, please. Davidson, I'm seeing your hand is up. Churchill, your hand is up. You can unmute yourself. Leader Julius, are you there? kindly make me the co-host so that I'm able to give permission for those people to unmute.
Okay, Coach J, please, could you make Musa a co-host? I see you are the host in the house.
Okay. But in the meantime, I think you could as well permit these, Leader Julius, you could permit this any of those people with the hands up to ask questions, please.
Oh,
Churchill.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I'm very grateful for what you guys are doing over there. I'm actually very new to these things, but I only have one question. He was talking about 100 some percentage, like 100 and a zero. I don't know, how can I find these things in my trading view account, like in my chart, or how can I set them so that when I see a coin is at 100, I simply go. When it's at zero, I also just go.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Churchill. I think you're going to have the trading view set up maybe after this. I know you probably knew and you're part of the team, right? So I'll help you out on that, please. I know you guys got started. Yes, yes. I think yesterday by 1. So I think I'll help you maybe after that, after the Zoom.
Yes, yes.
In setting up to trading view. Yes. Or good. This other one. Oguntuase. Could you allow Oguntuase to speak, please, Leader Julius?
Coach J, please, could you make Musa a co-host?
Sure.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I'm very grateful for this lecture that you are giving us. It's a very good one. Please, my question is, how long can market go deep? How long can robot go to market and not go back to holding on? Like what, can it be up to 1 month or 2 months? Because my experience is that how long can market go deep that the robot cannot come back from markets? How long?
Okay. How long can the market go deep? Yeah. And the robot does not what?
Cannot come back from market until it sells profits.
Okay, thank you very much. I think how long? Now, this is what my friend, first mute you. Okay, this is what you need to know. We already told you that depending on the type of trader you are, if you decide to go on cycle, you want to be a cycle trader, and you're allowing the robot to continue buying and selling, the more the robot buys and sells, the less is your chances of going into extreme dips. However, the only worst case scenario may be that let's say you used $100, right? And then the market goes against you 100% or beyond. That's when you may think, okay, the market may not come back. Or when the coin is completely not there, it's no longer being traded on very few. That will be the worst case scenario. But in most cases, the market, for as long as you do not stop your robot from buying and selling and buying, the robot, your coin will never go to a dip to an extent of you getting liquidated. Because what I know is this, and it is an advice. If you find yourself in a situation where you had set your coin on one shot, and then you see the coin is dipping, simple, go and change the strategy mode from the wall warehouse, which you had set, to a strategy mode that will allow for a sub sell, to allow the robot buy the dip and sell in the dip, even when it is dipping. So that as you go along with it, remember, why it will be making those sub sales, it will be developing the average prices, which are closer to the current prices at every sub position that the robot will be buying. So meaning you'll be in position to be selling and then buying again, selling. The robot will be in position to buy and sell along the way. So that as it does that, you'll be waiting for when the reversal will happen, and then you'll still close in profit on your journey in an upward trend. So the only thing you need to do is never hesitate to remain and I mean to keep your trades on one shot, even when you're seeing it is the DP, it has already gone 6%, 7%, you're still watching. That would be bad trading. That would be poor trading, in other words. It is simple. If you had used $100, for example, for your one shot, and you realize the market is already against you, hey, go and increase the margin call limit, right? Reduce your fast buying amount to a figure that will allow the robot buy the dip, but at the same time, it will be selling. 2, 3, you need to go back, adjust on your margin call drops. After increasing the margin call limit, obviously, there will be need to adjust the margin call drop. Why? Depending on the capital you have. If you have enough, it is okay. You can leave it the way it is. But if it is, you have very little capital, or the balance you have is actually small, just go adjust the percentages, and at the same time, you go and adjust the multiple buy-in ratio to suit your capital. Make sure that at least at every level, the robot is buying. It is picking something. And in the process of picking something, that percentage you're seeing there, that percentage dip will be reducing, by the way. If you monitor it clearly, it will be reducing as it is establishing new average prices for that sub position. At the same time, the main dip, the main percentage dip will also be reducing, right? So it will allow you not to get affected or get worried so much even when the market is dipping. And it won't keep you waiting for long because you'll be getting some profits. Little, but cumulatively, it will be something, of course, over a period of time that will be significant, right? So that is what I would say in regard to that. Maybe the last question for now. So already coming to midday. The last question for now. Maybe. Okay. Which other? Okay. Volume analysis settings. I think that one. Did Julius we do? Or you can. All right. I'm as if most of the questions asked, I already attended to, and maybe if there's no more questions, I would like to. I would like to thank everyone for attending today's Zoom. Opportunity to a few of the leaders to say a word or two before I conclude. Actually, unless there's something burning, Leader Constance Rona, maybe you may be the last one for now, and then I would request Leader Pressure. I'm seeing Leader Pressure in the call. Leader Pressure, please, you may say a word or two. Then Leader Coach J. And if at all Leader Julius has something else, maybe we'll wrap it up and then we close the meeting for this morning. Yes. Please unmute yourself, Constance. Rona. Mm-hmm.
You talked about setting margin calls.
Rona, I am hardly getting what you're saying. In fact, I'm not getting what you're saying. Your network is very bad. Your network is very bad. All right. I think, Leader Pressure, please. Please, you may share with us a word or two before Coach J could finalize, and then we call it a day, please, for today. For those who may still have more questions, please constantly be joining the Zoom meetings so that you're able to learn and you're not caught off guard, or you don't remain completely behind, behind bars as if you're not in an opportunity which is giving privilege for people to learn for free. Please be attending these Zooms, right? Be attending these Zooms. It will help you a great deal, because once you miss a Zoom, that means you're doing to yourself a disservice, and therefore you may not be in position to learn from the word go. And the longer you take to learn from the word go, the disadvantage you become, right? This is an opportunity where you need to learn, you need to embrace it, and then use it and take it as your very own business. Because, hey, all of us here have grabbed the opportunity, have taken it to the next level, and has taken upon ourselves to make sure that we learn the system to the dot so that we are able to maximize from all aspects of the opportunity, be it the trading or the marketing bit. So it is an opportunity that is open to everyone. And I think the more we embrace and take it as our very own, let's not fear to recite. Let's not fear to learn. Let's grab it off from our minds, especially us as Africans. Let's grab it out, that slogan, that saying, which is always said that to hide, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in writing. You know, it's not good. They know that Africans fear recite. We fear reading. But let's disapprove. This is an opportunity that is open. It doesn't require any rocket science, by the way. It is very open. And you have free people to help you out, and then you learn. All right. So, Leader Pressure, please. Would you want to say a word or two? Leader Pressure? I don't know. Okay. Koje, would you wish to say a word or two?
Yes, thank you, leader. Yes, thank you, leader, for the opportunity to speak to a rather full house this morning, which is good to see. That many people they want to be learning, and of course, as we always say, the more we learn, the more we're going to earn. And Coach Musa, you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head every single time you have a Zoom call, including Leader Julius. I just strongly feel that those who pay attention is going to pay them. So,
wow.
100%. When we say, guys, pay attention, we really do mean it. And even if there's something that you guys didn't get on this call right now, maybe you've been here since the beginning and you didn't get something that maybe you would have liked there to be more emphasis. You can surely catch the recording of this call and many other calls that came before this, because we do constantly see, ladies and gentlemen, that people are asking the same questions all the time, which is a good thing because it allows us to refresh and remind ourselves. But you know, the answers that we are looking for is usually right in front of us. The answers that we are looking for is in plain sight, and we give you guys the necessary information. We give you guys the necessary motivation, inspiration, and teachings, coaching that you guys need. You just need to listen, learn, and apply. You see, guys, acquiring this knowledge, it can be simple for anyone to consume knowledge, but to apply this knowledge, it can be a bit more difficult. And so it is not easy. It really isn't easy. Trading is not something that you're going to become good with within 12 months, yet alone 2 years or even 3 years. It is a high-paying skill that we need to develop over a long period of time. You know, so even me, there's a lot that I still would like to learn. And I learn something new every single day from each of the leaders that are putting in the effort. So I want to say thank you so much to all of the leaders on the call that have been pushing. You know, you guys, when you guys post on your status, I save your number, you save mine. When you post on your status, I look at your status and I feel more encouraged to take this business to the masses. And so if you see yourself as a trader, learn the necessary basics and skills that the trader needs. If you see yourself as a trader and a network marketer, then please know that you're definitely going to be able to create explosive generational wealth for yourself on consent that you listen, learn, and apply. Just pay attention, be excited about this opportunity, and simply just don't quit. You see, many people, they quit too soon, and by that time that they're quitting, they may be so close to their breakthrough that they don't even realize. So thank you guys for being here, and we look forward to seeing you all at the top. because the bottom is too overcrowded. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Coach Jay. I'm always inspired when you speak. I think you've just said it all. And yeah, we look for more better days ahead. And we shall be here always to learn from one another and push the business to the next level. We are not pushing it because we're promoting some business, but we're pushing it because we know the benefit that comes with it and that comes along with it. And we are doing this. We want you to duplicate the same thing and push it like it is your very own. And honestly, the result will be amazing and you won't regret. Leader Julius, can you crown it up before we end the Zoom call, please?
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Musa. A lot of questions and a lot of learnings that people want to know. But basically, I would love to take you somewhere where all you need is being answered. So I'll take you to this YouTube. It's called Crypto Goes International. We don't have the best. We may not be having the best strategy, but we have a best system. We are talking about something that we want you to use that is based on esteem, right? We may not have the best strategy that people are using to make money from the market, but we basically have the best strategy, a strategy that looks at all the two ways of trading. So go scroll down, start from this video, this one that says, welcome to the blockchain miracle. Anyone who wants to learn trading view, all the indicators we're looking for, start from this one. This is one. Scroll up, take off some time again, watch this second one, this one. This is video 2. Scroll up, take off some time and watch this one. So one here, which is video 3. Take off some time and watch the last video. Now, as you go up, you'll be able to find these ones like Coach Musa here doing question answer session, Royal Q's orientation, how to set a one shot. Here it comes up how to preset. All right. Okay, this is building business. Then come and take off this other video here. This one. This one. This is the 4th video. Now, these other videos, like this one, this one is basically one. These are basically what we call part trading. Now, the rest of these videos that we're doing now, we are repeating the same thing. But if you want to start from afresh, you are new, you need to go back. If you are floating, you want to pick up solo trading, then you need to come up here. Watch these videos from the what trading view application. All these videos, by the way, I didn't do them on Zoom. I took off my personal time, did 1, 2, 3, 4 videos. 4 videos. I took off personal time and I played these videos. And if you go, who have been asking here, put in this for example. Let me show you. If I take it from, you see, I'm personally. You see, I'm personally explaining from explaining indicators clearly myself. So I like to know how you set up, how you know. So I personally set it up by myself. I see a question. I really think I need to come. How can I know the name of the app we're using in this video? Okay. I really come because of the busy video, but I think I'll spare some time. When watch a video, okay, I'll come up. So come up and be able to drop your question. Then I'll be able to come up and Now, someone maybe started this video from above, because if you start from the start, I start from the start. You don't need to start the video. It is only, these videos are only 30 minutes of your time. So I request you and watch them. They'll give you the insight of what I'm talking about on Zoom. That it creates sense. I know most of us are very lazy, but you know, making money should not bring or make people to be lazy. Making money is one of the things you need to learn and develop this by yourself. Like I said, we don't have the best strategy. We don't have the best way of making money from Royal Q. But the difference is we have a system. And if you follow a system, you will basically and probably keep making money all the time, especially those that want to be sole traders. So if you trade, I also want to repeat, basically, let me take you through my Royal Q. Basically, I don't overtrade and I don't compare results. By the way, me, I'm one person. I know what I'm supposed to do, but me, I'm not a trader. I give most of my time to building a team. I don't focus so much and I don't compare results. Me, even if you share with me your screen and you have made $500, I have leaders who make more money from trading. Yet I've told them, but me, I don't compare results. One of the things I've seen so many of you on different groups, you compare results. When someone posts $100, you compare results. You are every time, oh, people are making money, I'm not making money. Why do you compare results? The reason why you are comparing results is because you are giving less time to trading than they do. You should not compare results. Basically, now this is me. Me, I don't trade more than 2 coins in a day. I don't consider this because this one, I think I put it on one shot. This must be on a cycle. This is CST, trading it on a cycle. I'll take it up. And right, I've been trading my course and now I'm going to find another trade. So before I go to the group to look at the signals being provided, I've personally come here in my own trading view. This is what I talk about. Then I look for negative coins. I don't go first for the positive ones. I want these ones that are cheap. I don't start with these ones that are doing well. I go for these ones, Atom. Then I check, how is Atom? How is Atom? This is within 1 hour. Then I say, well, maybe I want to trade in the 4 hours time frame before I pick it up. Okay, Atom. I say, okay, this is Atom. Okay, what is the trend? Those that understand, this is an upward trend. All right, so it means if this candle touches this line, it will definitely go up to here. So I'll go and set my preset. As simple as that. That's how I keep simple. I don't compare results. And when you are trading, trust yourself. Try out something and see if it works out. Okay, this will be my 2%. All right, this is Atom. Let me find a better trade. So I may not stick to one, I try several. Those ones that are trading one shot, I know you're going into the weekend. Okay, now this type of a trade, it's an upward trend, 100 is down, but basically this candle has gone below the 38 line. So that one I will not trade. Let me check it up in the 1 hour time frame. All right, in the 1 hour time frame, this trade is at the 0 area. Okay, so before I become excited to picking up this trade, I will wait for this candle. Oh, but these are Heiken Ash. No, I need to fit back to the, I'm just concluding to the normal candles. All right. Okay, so I'll wait for this candle, this one. It has 43 minutes to go to see how will it close. This candle, this one, before I become excited. Okay, then that one I ignore. That's how you keep on looking for coins you can trade. That is now, as you keep on looking for coins you can trade, ladies and gentlemen, you reach a time and develop me what I call favorite coins. I have my favorite coins, and this is one of them. YFI, it's my favorite coin, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Okay, now this is 0 down, so I will wait I picked up this trade, but someone next to me here who was learning to trade told me something, and I mistakenly went out of my trade. He opened YFI. He's even laughing. He opened YFI instead of YFI. And he told me, look, the coin you are trading is changing. So, you know, sometimes, all right, I'm going to pick up this trade in the 4-hour time frame. All right, okay. I love it. So as you trade, you reach and have coins you love trading. This is a doji. I see it's forming a doji here with a low volume, which is okay. But so I'll pick up this trade in the 4 hours time frame before, because it is below the negative 23 line, and I'll trade it up to here. So once I pick it from there, I'll not use the preset. I'll enter the current price, which could be here. And I make an assumption that if it moves from here to here, it will give me 10%. But if it goes against me, I'll open margin calls. I hope you get the mindset I'm using. I open margin calls at the 23 line here up to here. So I'll pick up my trade. I go to my Royal Q. I look for YFI. I don't compare. I don't trust. I don't chase profit. So I say, okay, trade settings, how much do I want to expose? I'm close to, now look at, this is where people lose out. Let's go back how much I have. Ladies and gentlemen, over 654 US dollars. Now, this is where people lose out. So I want to trade YFI. Okay, I pick up my trade. I ask myself, how much do I want to trade? How much do I want to use? Okay, then I tap on edit, use a strategy. I've already come up with my one strategy, and it is here. It has, my margin calls are 5. My take profit is 1.3. My callback is 0. Me, when I'm trading a one shot, I only consider this. I don't go in this. This come as a by the way. Then I make my margin calls are 5. I don't want to go into this happens when the market goes against me. Use the default settings. Me personally, in my one shot, I love the martingale strategy. So I increase my risk type and say, okay, how much do I want to expose, since I'm sure that this trade is below, this trade of mine is below the 0 line. So I say I want to expose 300 and according to me, 54. According to my risk type, ladies and gentlemen, me, I'm ready risk over 50% of my capital. Me, I'm ready. So it depends on which risk type you are. All right. So I'll pick that and I say how much profit. According to where it is, I'm okay with 5%. Then I save. I'm 4 hours time frame. So I pick up my trade. All right. That is my trade. I've entered from there. Now, in my mind, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trading this coin in the 4-hour time frame, not in the 1 hour time frame. That is where I'm picking up my trade. So I'll keep my trade here. And I will comfortably leave the thing here. Now, even in the group, now I've used the patent. I still have my $300. They are there. Even if in the group drop 60 signals, I will not pick any. And I'm one of the people who shares them. Even if I come here on trading, I'm telling you fact, I don't want to lie to anyone. I come here on trading view, me personally, and I find a good trade, I'll drop it in the group. But it doesn't mean that I drop this, I'm also trading that coin. Me, I have my trading strategy. I'm not changing the man I say. Now, as maybe I'm going to come here, I may find out it's a good trade for someone. Look at AVAX. AVAX is here. When I look at it, the thing has closed below. It has closed below this line. It has above the 38 line. It has opened up. This is in the Hacking Ash candles. I know very well this trade is going to deliver. It's going to move from here, where it is from the current price, around here, and it will move up to here. I know it can be 1.5 or 1.3. Now I go to the group. This is 4 hours. If I want people to win faster, I'll tap in the 1 hour. I look at it again. Okay. I say, all right. This was a doji being formed. Is down. So this candle can move up the 50 line. And I can go to the group and drop a signal for you. Let me look at ape, because ape was a good trade already. It was around the 0 line. Now this is within 1 hour. Let me check up in the 4 hours time frame if there could be good of profit. Okay, now this is so I will still wait for 2 hours to see how this candle is up. Or if I want to give a signal, so that's why sometimes you just get excited, but you need to develop your own trading strategy. Beautiful. Okay, now this one has formed a double bottom. So it means this candle is going to reverse. All right, it's going to move from here, 38. All right, okay, then I come here, I pick my current, and I come to the group. I say, okay, the next 4 hours, it can move from here to here. And I drop a 2% in the group. It doesn't mean that I'm going to this coin, although it will deliver. I don't know whether you understand, and that's a big challenge. Most of you, you are trading all the coins in the group. It doesn't mean I need to my $300 that is here. It remains here. If the market goes against me, then I'll come and open margin calls. I don't need to compare results. Who's trading what? I don't know whether I've been able to create something this morning. So some of you are fighting your capital. It's as if you are saying, once money is in your exchanger, you need to finish it. I'm fighting my capital. Why is my money here? Whether when it's not using it, use as little as possible. And you always mind which type of a trader you are. I hope that could be my sharing for today. Thank you so much, Coach Musa. God bless all abundant. Let us keep learning from each other. And thank you so much, sir.
Well, thank you very much, Leader Julius, and thank you very much, Coach Jay, and all those who attended the Zoom call. I think we shall call it today for today, and I wish us the best ahead of time. And let's learn risk management. Let's know how to manage our capital. The leaders have said it all, that you have to manage your capital. You don't test. Okay, it's a simple thing, but don't test the water with both legs. First go test with one leg, and if you realize that the depth isn't that bad, then you can now bring the other leg. Now, in a simple manner, if I relate it to this, is that as you enter the market, come on, leave some reserve. Leave some reserve to help you attack the market in case it wants to go against you, or in case it goes against you, right? Act more smarter than the market. Thank you very much, and have a blessed day, and